Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Take 2 on SoundStage. Today we're taking a look at the Pro-Ject T1 Phono SB turntable. And the original review can be read on soundstagehifi.com, and it was written by Philip on February 15th, 2021. Very interesting read, and I love this review because he comes from a place where it's very similar to mine, where I have troubles reviewing turntables. And the reason is because he explains this very well, by the way, and you can visit the website to really understand more in detail his reasons. But we both have this difficulty of reviewing turntables because there's so many components in a turntable that makes a difference. The cartridge, the tonearm, the platter, it all makes a difference. Now, I chose to review this turntable for the same reason that Philip chose to review the turntable as well. It's because this is an all-in-one package. This is what you get more or less when the end user gets it. So I'm reviewing this as a whole with the Ortofon cartridge on here, the OM5E moving magnet cartridge, which is about $70 on its own. So you already get a pretty good $70 cartridge on here when you get it as a package with the T1. And it all comes together for about $400. Now this one is the one with the Phono stage built in to the turntable. I believe the one that doesn't have the Phono stage built in is $50 less. So we're talking about $350 instead of $400. Now that doesn't mean you are stuck with the Phono stage on the turntable, the one that's built in, because there's two choices on the turntable, a line out and a phono out, and you can choose the phono out if you want to use a separate phono preamplifier with this turntable. Now I do find that the phono stage that comes with the turntable is the weak link to the turntable. When I use separate phono preamplifiers, let's say on my Leak Stereo 130, it just sounds much better, and I do believe that it can be improved down the line. So it is a very good entry turntable for those that just wants to get in the turntable game and want to upgrade their phono stage down the line. Now, the thing about this turntable is that it is very easy to use and set up. Now, a lot of the gripe that I have had with entry-level turntables back in the day was because it was so hard to just maneuver, just hard to set up. You had to balance and all this stuff that entry-level people couldn't really get their hands on right away and set it up and have fun. Well, this turntable really surprised me because as soon as I opened the box, it was just boom, boom. The instructions were very clear, and it was boom, 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 and done. Now, once you have them set up, I did adjust the feet a little bit to get the perfect balance. Now, I do have a bubble level here, a pretty standard one that I got off Amazon. Works well, and you can use these. You can buy one of these for like $8 on Amazon, and you just put them on the turntable and make sure the bubble is centered. And that's how I did it, on the middle of the platter and also on the outer side of the platter as well. And I also got one of these, and this is a scale to adjust your tracking force on your stylus. So what you do is you put this down and you put the needle down onto this little circle here, and then you get a weight. And there's a recommended, stylus tracking force for every manufacturer out there, and you just have to go to the product page to find out. In this case, the recommended tracking force was from 1.5 to 2 grams on this stylus. And I found that, I like it a little bit on the heavier side. So the recommended was 1.75, and I got 1.85 on this cartridge right here. I do like it a little bit higher than recommended tracking force. And you move the weight on the back here to get the tracking force correct. Now, once you do have that, the setup is pretty much done, and these are the only tools you really need to basically fine-tune the turntable. In fact, I don't think I needed to touch anything to begin with because everything was almost perfect. I just wanted to be sure. Now, after that's done, all you have to do is throw on a record and start playing them, either at 33 RPM or 45 RPM, depending on what LP you're playing. Now, this is a belt-driven turntable, and I really like the fact that this turntable is very, very quiet with this motor. Now, usually when I get entry-level turntables, I usually hear not so pleasant sounds from the motor, and while some people may not be able to hear it, I particularly hear that, and that bothers me. This turntable is quite significantly quieter than the other entry-level Pro-Ject turntables that I have encountered in the past. Or matter of fact, even other turntables in this price category, I find it to be quite noisier than this turntable. Now, although I had it on this wooden plinth here for extra vibrational control, the turntable itself is very, very sturdy for the price given, and the vibrational controls were pretty phenomenal to begin with, in my opinion, for this price category. Now, one thing I realized while playing this turntable was that even though this is an entry-level turntable, it is extremely quiet and virtually very similar to turntables at higher price categories in terms of how quiet it is in the background. Static and pops are very normal in vinyl, playbacks, but in this case, I would say it's not higher than normal. And I've encountered countless entry-level turntables that had unpleasant levels of playback background noise. So this turntable really certainly hits the spot in terms of how quiet the background is, and the noise and pops really don't bother me as much as other entry-level turntables. Now, while playing this turntable in terms of sound characteristic, I do find that it has that really nice analog turntable warmth that everyone loves. It does sound very nice. The only thing that I would say is that the high frequency is not as refined as in some higher end turntables. The background, of course, is not as pitch black, and the depth and soundstage and the atmosphere is not as wide or deep, and the sense of imaging is not as pinpoint with this turntable as it is with other higher end turntables in the Pro-Ject line, or other turntables for that matter. So for entry level, absolutely, I think it punches way above its price point, and it is really underrated for what it is, just because of its minimal look. But this turntable, it is quite high performing, and I was quite surprised by that. And of course, it comes with a dust cover that has the Pro-Ject logo, which is very nice. Now, I do like to play this turntable with the dust cover off. In fact, I like to play all turntables with dust covers off or popped open like I have right now. So overall, it is a very nicely put together entry-level turntable system for any of those that want to get into vinyl or want to just simply enjoy vinyl at a budget price. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if this video was helpful to you, and make sure to hit that bell notification if you want more of these videos in the future. Until next time.